Hey everyone, welcome to episode 6 of A Life of KG. I just want to take this moment to just say thank you so much for all of you guys that have been listening in. I can't believe how many views we've had in just a couple of days of launching, and the feedback that we've had is just crazy, and I'm so grateful that we're managing to motivate and inspire and help people in their businesses. This is exactly why I set out this podcast, so yeah, I'm so blessed for that, so thank you so much. Today I am interviewing the wonderful Zoe. She is a multi-award winning salon owner, educator, lash artist, columnist, entrepreneur from South Yorkshire. She owns a wonderful salon who has 11 staff members, and she has trained over 300 students in just under 3 years, which is pretty crazy. So she's super successful, and here's her story. Hi Zoe!
Hi Couture.
Welcome to the Life of KG. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. Okay, so I have given our listeners a little overview, but can you tell them about you and what you do for business and what it entails?
Yes, so I own the Zoe Mizon Lash Academy and Ladies Lounge in Swinton, South Yorkshire. I also own Couture, which is a luxury high-end lash brand for lash artists. And then I am a director and organiser with yourself and the lovely Julie Knight of World Lash University.
Yeah. So you're busy like all of us.
Yeah, very busy.
So busy. So obviously you have your salon as well, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
So how long have you had that for?
Well, the salon, I've actually had that for, it's just coming up to 3 years now. I have been self-employed for well over 10 years, but I did start out just having a little room in my best friend's salon.
Right.
I was there for like 8 years, and then decided to take the leap and open my own, which is doing really well, luckily.
That's so good. So how many people have you got working for you, and how do you find like getting a team? Because obviously you're so busy all the time, so you must have girls in there
Yeah.
working, doing their thing.
Yeah. So I have my team consists of, I've got 5 employees, and then I do rent chairs out as well. I don't really have as many rented girls as I used to have. I
Mm-hmm.
just find that it is better having employees, just so that obviously you are the boss. And but to be fair, the team that I have got, it isn't like that anyway. There's nobody that is like above each other. We all just are like team players, and we muck in, and I think that really helps, that we all know what has to be done and we just all do it.
Yeah, definitely. We find that as well. We find that employed works better for us than self-employed, because everyone's just on the same page,
Yeah,
know what they're working towards.
yeah. And luckily the 2 girls that I do have that are self-employed, they are like the friends, the team players. They're like one of the first ones to show up, one of the last ones to leave. So I couldn't ask for anything better, really, to be fair.
Yeah, that's really good. So how do you find finding like the perfect team member to join your salon?
Um, it is hard. I mean, I have had a lot of um, attempted team members, shall we say? Um, but I think it's kind of a process of elimination. You have to try a lot of people to know who the good eggs are.
Yeah.
And I think that it's got to be people who are part of the team. It's people that haven't got ulterior motives and that want to all support each other, and we all like praise each other, and we have got we're like a little family. It's really good. But you can tell, obviously, when you've been doing it for so long, you can tell people that don't really want to like become part of that team. They want to kind of do their own thing and don't want to join in any like social events, or don't get excited about the things that we do as a team. So I think, like I said before, it is just about going through the process, and you kind of get a feeling about things. And I've always said this, I always get a good gut feeling about people, and I'm generally right. The first like impressions are normally like, right, I have seen people before when I've trained them and I thought, I want you to be part of this, because there's just something about them.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I think a lot of, well, everyone I've spoken to that's salon owners, this is their biggest thing, is like a team and
Yeah,
picking the right team and stuff like that. And it is an ongoing battle. And I think people that don't have a salon and think it's easy, it is the hardest thing. Like just getting a team is like a full-time job in
yeah,
itself.
yeah, definitely.
It's
I agree.
really tricky, but when you've got a good team, it's the best thing ever. But when you've got that bad
Yeah.
team, yes.
It's just nice that you can trust people, and you can, like, I've just been away in January, and I could just leave them and I know that everything will be fine and I could trust them. And then there can't be anything worse than like leaving people and thinking, am I going to have a salon at the end of it all?
Yeah, definitely. No, trust is key, especially when you're doing so many things as well. Like you need to be able to go off and do other things rather than being stuck in the salon 24/7. You need to be able to leave
Definitely.
them. So obviously you're in the middle of growing your salon at the moment. So do you want to tell the listeners like what you're doing and what can your customers actually expect from like this new part of the salon?
Well, I actually bought the building end of last year, so it was giving me so much more free rein with it, because I was obviously just leasing. So all the renovations and that I wanted to do, I was just reluctant to do it because obviously it wasn't mine. So now I can make it as beautiful as in obviously my style as much as I want to now. So what I've done is I'm renovating. It was like a flat upstairs, so I'm
Mhm.
renovating all the flat now to have we like relocating the lash room. I'm having my own office. I finally, after all these years,
Wow.
got my own office, which is like amazing. Um, we're just going to be offering more treatments, because at the moment we've got like a big open lash lounge, so everyone that comes, it is like more like a social thing. So I do feel like certain things like your facials and things like that, I'd like them a bit more personal. So
Yeah.
there's going to be chance to do things like that. And what I'm hoping to do is I'm hoping to incorporate the High Couture side of it. So we're going to have the warehouse in with the salon as well. So it's going to be more open for all the students and the other lash techs to come over and be able to get the stock more readily, rather than having to just do it online. And I think, bless him, High Couture, it's so glamorous and everything, but behind the scenes it's just me and my dad, bless him, a 65-year-old welder who retired and kind of become like my employee, bless him.
Oh, I
So
love that.
I know. So at the moment, he has, bless him, he has a home that is practically a warehouse.
Mhm.
So he's like welded all his life, and now he can tell you a C curl from a D curl. He knows what a classic lash is. He knows what, and it's so funny. I keep joking that I am going to get him trained up one day. Bless him.
So does he
But
do
it will be.
all the
It's just,
booking orders and stuff?
yeah. He does everything. I do all the, and that's it. Me and I do grow up the girls in as well when they're not busy. Um, he does all the packing and wrapping, posting, and we do all the like, admin, the website. So when it comes over to the salon, it's going to be just all streamlined, and we're going to be able to have more room for more products and things. I'm going to be able to oversee it all, because I kind of feel at the minute that I'm not in the dark, but he wouldn't do the touches that I would do, like
Yeah.
little sprinkled diamantes and things like that, whereas he's just put an eyelash in an envelope, but it's not going to be like that. It's going to be, I'm going to be in charge. So it's all going to
That's
grow
so
that way as
lovely
well. So it's
though.
great. And no, honestly, he has, I've always said throughout everything I've done, he has been the one person that has like really supported me throughout it all. I remember when I first ever was starting out,
Mhm.
and I did all my beauty course and everything, and I went and did, well, I did a HD brow course, and at the time it was a very lot of money when you were just starting out. And I actually said to him, would you borrow me the money to go and do this course, because I didn't have the money or anything. And he was like, oh, it's a lot of money, do you really think it's going to be worth it? And I said, well, yeah, I do. It was time when nobody had heard of HD brows, didn't know what on earth they were, and it was just like kind of exciting. I wanted them done, and I thought if I want them done, the people are going to want them done. So I
Yeah.
took the jump, and he lent me that money to do my first ever like that sort of training, and that paid off. And then it was years down the line that the lashes really boomed. So yeah, I did. It was down to him really that I got that. So obviously every time, and we joke because it's like Bank of Dad. Every time I need some money, I'm like, Dad, please lend me
Well,
some
that's what
money.
dads are for, right?
No, yeah, definitely. And he has the best interest rates around. So so yeah, it's really good. Bless him. I couldn't do it without him. And I do shout at him because sometimes he does do things that I didn't want him to do, but you know, he takes it on the chin and is fab.
That's so lovely. I just love that people don't realise behind every business that there's this little story. And you
I
have
know.
like this support in this family. Like people just don't realise that. It's
No, they don't.
oh,
You could
so
look online and think we've got this multi-million-pound warehouse, but no, it's my dad. I even joked last week we had a delivery of 4 massive boxes. And he was funny. He was like, what do you want me to do with all these boxes? I said, I'll tell you what, Dad, put a tablecloth over them and have them as a nice table in the middle of your room. Oh, bless him.
oh well, warehouses aren't. I think everyone thinks that like the Lash brands and stuff are so glamorous, but we're all in a warehouse at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that one. So obviously with your lash brand, you obviously run that alongside your teaching, but you do so many teaching courses. Like what do you cover exactly?
Well, we just mainly do lashes. We do classic lashing, we do volume lashing, and then we do Elibana lash lift. There's me and another one of the girls, Lauren. She does the teaching as well now. So I've trained Lauren up, and she's fabulous. So she does the teaching courses alongside me as well. So we can offer more dates and everything, and we work it together. And it's great because me and Lauren, well, me and all the girls, to be fair, we all lash completely differently in the lounge. So they get quite a lot of like real deal. They get like to see how I do it, how they do it, and like there's everything like layering we do differently, and we all use different tweezers, and you know, so it's really good for the girls that if we're all around, they can have a look. And we always say, you know, you've got to get your own way of doing it, and the fact that we all do it differently proves that there's just not one way to teach. So it is really good that.
Yeah, I always say that like everyone is different, and that's why it doesn't matter how many courses you go on, you will learn something different from every single person, even if it's like a
Yeah,
tiniest tip, like you will
yeah,
still learn something new. And I noticed that in my
definitely.
salons as well, like everyone's got their own style and look on their lashes. I can be like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
Chloe's lashes, or oh that's Jodie's lashes, like I'll know straight away from their
yeah,
sweep or how they've placed them,
yeah.
like whatever that might be.
Yeah, I think everyone has the strengths and the weaknesses, so it's really good that you can bounce off each other. And you know, we do even ask each other. Even I sometimes will say, how have you done that, or how you got this? And we're all there to help each other. Again, it's down to this having this good team, and that you can help each other.
Yeah, definitely. So, like, obviously, with the training courses, you've got obviously Lash Couture, the product range. Like, why did you decide to bring in your own lashes? Obviously, there's so many of us that have got our own brand of lashes and glue and stuff
Yeah.
now. There's so much competition out there. So, what made you think that you wanted to bring your own brand out?
So I used to have some lashes before, and I just used to do them as the academy name.
Hmm.
But then I wanted to differentiate it from the salon as well. I wanted it to be completely different, and I wanted to grow it in different ways. I felt like if I was just naming them all after myself, then I didn't have room to grow it. I thought it's just going to limit it to the students. So that was kind of what I was doing with that. And I wanted it to be a separate business from the current business that I've got as well. So I got more control over it.
Yeah.
So that it wasn't just part of all, because I just felt like it was going to get really messy with having the salon, the stock and everything. So I decided to have it completely separate. But it was the fact that when I was doing my training and everything, I used to be ordering kits and that for the students, and sometimes like I was using the glue, and the poor students, they was ringing me and saying, oh my God, all my lashes are brushing off, what's happened? And it was the fact that the glues just weren't up to standard and things, and some of the lashes were really poor quality. So I just thought, you know what, I want to research this and get my own, what I feel is the best out there. So that's why I went and tested everything, and it is what I like now, and I feel confident that I can say to them, right, well, you know, the products are fantastic, so hopefully it should just be now down to what you were doing and seeing how we can adapt that.
Yeah, brilliant, really good. So in business at the moment, what's been your biggest challenge so far, would you say? Obviously business is hard, like we have plenty of them, I'm sure, but it's one that sticks out.
I wouldn't say there's anything like so far that really sticks out. I think the main thing is like having the confidence in yourself and not doubting yourself. Because I think sometimes that, I mean, I've never had like business training. I've never had any like sort of like training to do what I do. It's just obviously everything's been self-taught. Everything's been learned by errors, and you know. So I think one of the main things is you've got to always like believe in yourself. And I think once you have that completely different mindset about everything, things do succeed. But one of the worst things is when you're judging yourself and disbelieving that you can do it. I mean, for example, when I was buying the property, I thought for 2 years I renovated all the salon, and after 3 months of like spending thousands of pounds on it to make it up to standard, the landlord told me that he wanted to sell it from under me, basically.
Oh, God.
And I was petrified that I couldn't afford it. I just thought, there's no way I can afford this. There's just no way I can afford it. And I just I got that in my head, and no, it didn't sell the building, thankfully. But then when I actually went for it and thought, you know what, I'm just going to see, I'm going to see if I can afford it, and I got it. So you know, just believing in yourself is one of the strongest things I think you can do, and if you don't, then that is one of the biggest things that will ever hold you back.
Yeah, definitely. And I know obviously me and you talk lots because of obviously our other company together, which we'll go to in a
Yeah,
moment. But obviously because we're working like all hours, like even like we might be talking like 1 o'clock in the morning, like that means our stress
yeah.
levels are also going to be high. Do you find you get quite stressed like running the companies, or are you quite chilled?
I think it takes a lot for me, but I will take so much and then I'll kind of just explode. But I find that wine is a very good influence to that. I think, if I
We
didn't
all
have
know you love your
wine,
wine, Zoe. We all know you love your wine.
but I think if it wasn't for that, then perhaps there would probably be a lot more, probably casualties, maybe. But no, I am pretty chilled, and I do I cope with it reasonably well for what I have to do. But yeah, I think that glass stroke bottle of wine each evening kind of helps numb the pain a little bit.
So if I said, how do you manage your stress, it's the wine.
Wine, wine,
I
yeah.
might try that tonight.
Wine and sleep. Wine and sleep. And if you can't sleep, have enough wine that makes you sleep.
It takes sleep is definitely a big one. I don't sleep that much, but I have been trying to go to sleep slightly earlier than normal lately, and it
Yeah,
has worked wonders. But last night I went to
yeah,
bed about 1:30, and it's really taken its toll on me today. Definitely
yeah.
sleep is key.
I like to sleep early and get up early as well.
Yeah,
I like the few hours first thing in the morning when it's just me that I can gather my thoughts and things.
yeah, definitely. What time do you wake up?
Um, well, it depends. Sometimes I'll get up at like crack of dawn. Sometimes I'll not want to get up at all. My husband always moans because I'm a bit of a snoozer. I set my alarm for really early, and I might stay in bed for like 2 hours replying to messages or whatever. But everything just depends. I like to always set my alarm early, but if I get up, it's
It's another thing,
another issue.
yeah. So obviously you have
Mhm.
like your husband and your children. Like, how do you kind of manage everything with like
Um,
family life and work?
I mean, I don't know if there is such a thing as managing. I think you just get on with it, don't you? Um, luckily everyone's really supportive. They do understand. We've got quite a good network of people around us. So and I try now, obviously I have got a good team. I try now that if something is coming up, that I try, like at Christmas when it was Arisia and my little girls, like concerts and things like that, I try and block it off so that I'm not missing out. When in the earlier years when I was really having to put more and more effort in, I really did beat myself up about it, thinking like I'm missing out on all this, she's going to hold it against me. But she doesn't. She understands that this is what I have to do, and you know that's just what we do together. We just all chip in, and there was down this weekend helping me take the wallpaper off the flat and things. So I just like to get them all involved and make them feel part of it.
Oh, I bet your little girl wants her lashes done, don't she?
It just depends what day you ask her on. Some days she loves it, some days she's going to be an astronaut or something. So yeah.
That's what I always say. I think Lola's going to become a mechanic or something completely different to what I want to do.
I know.
So should we have a little chat about World Lash University, seeing as we're part of that? Just to kind of wrap up things. So obviously, like we've only got like about 15 or so tickets left for sale, haven't we?
Yeah, I can't believe how quick they've all sold.
I
It's
know.
been amazing.
And only like 2.5 or 3 months left to go. It's going to be really, really good. Who's the speaker that you're looking forward to the most?
Well, I don't think you need to ask me. Definitely Courtney Bueller. I'm like got like this massive like crush on her, that like she's like my business guru.
Oh, someone else has said that they're her favourite as well this week, so that's interesting.
Yeah, she's like the Vogue of the lash world, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. She is. And I adore Hannah from London Lash. She's my idol, so I can't wait to. Obviously, I met her loads of times, but I can't wait to hear her speak.
There's a lot of people that's going to be there that's going to be really interesting. There's just everyone's got something different. I think that we're going to really be like giving people lots of like education, because the amount of conferences that I've been to and I've come away and I've just thought, have I really learned anything? You know, like I think a lot of it's just like about the networking, but if I'm honest, there has been a lot that I've been to and I just think I haven't learned anything. I've come away with not many notes or anything. I've had a great day, but like for business wise, it's not really educated me with anything. But I think with obviously who we've got coming and everything, it's going to be really beneficial for business and things.
Yeah, and obviously we've made sure that people are talking about something that is beneficial for people, and that people aren't talking about the same thing, so everyone will get something different from the speakers.
Yeah, definitely.
And then obviously we've got the awards at the end. Have you got your dress yet?
I have actually. We're up for the Hair and Beauty Awards next weekend, so we've got the finalists for Lash Specialist of the area. So I ordered, because obviously it's the black ball gown theme, isn't it? So I ordered these 2 dresses, and I liked them both. So I'm sorted, because I'm going to wear one for this time, and then I'm going to save my other one. So hopefully, yes, I've got it.
I need to go shopping.
But it is one of them that I said I could do a losing half a stone just to get it in, so it's going to have to be a bit of an incentive. So hopefully it'll look nice.
And then obviously, like with the awards, we've got the business and the lash categories, and we've got some space for people to enter those as well, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely. I really wish I could enter, to be fair. I really feel like I can't, but I want to.
I'm feeling left out about not being able to enter and not being able to judge.
I know. I just feel like we've got the wrong end of the stick here, Katie. I think we should complain. Should we put a complaint into Julie?
We should. Oh, that's funny. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming on. Can you tell the listeners where they can find you on social media or your website?
Yes, so they can find us we're on Facebook and Instagram, and it's Zoe Mizon Lash Academy. And then High Lash Couture is it's just High Lash Couture, or on Instagram it's highlash.couture for the link. So yeah, have a look at us.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. I know you're super busy, so thanks for taking time out to talk to me.
Yeah, no problem.
And I'll speak to you soon.
All right, speak to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.